Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to freely assemble and petition the government for a redress of their grievances. It's the First Amendment. It's all that matters.
Welcome to another episode of the Rick Castellano Show. Excuse me a minute. I got a dry palate as usual. Scrumptious. Folks, as you know, the Rick Castellano Show's on 5 nights a week, 4 times a night. That's a lot of work for Rick. I don't get much sleep, folks, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. Not until we put every one of these insects, these people that are ruining society, family values. I care about people. I care about you. I don't just care about myself. Folks, there's a lot of stories out there that need to be told. A lot of people you call in and say, Castellano, what kind of exercise program do you do? What do you eat? What do you do to keep your physique? Well, I don't know anything to the First Lady, which she wants to go to restaurants now and say, serve smaller portions because everybody's obese. Listen, you're shoving turkey pies down your throat. That's why you're fat. That's why you got an ass like a rhino. Listen, let me tell you something. I eat at all the best places, all real good food. Today, I went to one of my favorite places, McDonald's. And what did I do? I took out my coupon. Buy 1 Angus burger. Of course, it's a 3-pound burger. Get 1 free. And no, I didn't eat them both, but I ate my son's French fries. Yeah, I wash it down with a Diet Coke. So what? But anyway, serve smaller portions. You goof! Practice what you preach. Over at your Super Bowl party, you're shoving chicken wings and pies and pizza, all kinds of dip and onion dip and guacamole dip. I don't know what you're eating. 10, 20 dozen cookies, donuts. Don't tell me, don't go to restaurants and tell them to serve stuff that I don't want to eat. I eat at one of my favorite places, folks. Castellano admits it. Every now and then I eat at McDonald's. Every now and then, 2 or 3 times a week. The Angus burger. And you know what? There's a gentleman I got to call a shout out to. My buddy Sammy over at McDonald's. He takes good care of me and my son when we go there. Sammy, this swig's for you. Wait a minute, I'm forgetting. Castellano's got to watch his figure. Then at work, a beautiful girl from Palermo's brings chicken wings every week. You know, of course, we probably on, the diet plan. 1, 2 dozen. 75 wings! And I eat them like popcorn. So don't tell me, Michelle, what to do. I got a cute-looking girl over there at Palermo's bringing wings to us guys, and we eat them. Too bad. And I dunk them in blue cheese, too. Are you going to say anything about that? You goof! You're watching the Rick Castellano Show, and if you want smaller portions, go talk to the Liberty Bell. Castellano likes them big. And not big like big. Like with that shirt that goes like this, covering that Jennifer Lopez size, Lopez hippopotamus, I don't know what it is, but that thing's huge. And it's got all the dents of a 57 Chevy, just like I said. And one other thing, Michelle Obama, smoke 'em!
When demons are at the door, sometimes you gotta let them in. Let them in and kill them.
Wintertime here in Rochester. As you can see, I got my winter attire on, fleece. Folks, let's go right to the headlines. 891 New York workers get layoff notices. 891. I guess that stimulus program is working pretty good. $1 trillion, 891 workers laid off. Geez, wow. Let's just take a look at, we'll just look at the front page. Popular little bakery closes after 11 years. Geez, that stimulus package it's going up. The future is now. Deal on tax cuts like candy. It's good and bad. So far, it's all bad because nothing's happened. 9.8% unemployment. Oh, there's even a nun accused of embezzling $850,000 from a New York college. Even the nuns are hurting. Obama, the stimulus package, layoffs. Folks, you're watching the Rick Castellano Show. I tell like it is, day to day. Smoke 'em. Folks, before I showed a picture of this goof, some people say, Castellano, you know what? You're partisan. I'm not partisan. I'm conservative. But if you're conservative or you're Republican or whoever you are and you do something screwy, Castellano, I show no favorites. We're going to talk about Republican. Who? No, not that goof from China. A Republican. Chris Lee. Now this goof, take a good gander. You got it close up there. You can put it later on the thing. Yep. Insert it. All right. Anyways. Goof. We have another show about the producer. But anyways, this guy's a real goof. Chris Lee. What do? You put a little ad on Craigslist, you answer some, lonely heart wife that's, I don't know, sitting in the bathtub, drinking wine and slicing cheese and fantasizing about somebody, but taking a good look at a picture. What? Who the heck is that? Anyway, you're 49 years old. You say you're 36. You're single or divorced. And you say you're a lobbyist. Well, you're a congressman. And what do? You use your own name. You put it on there, and 2 hours later, you gotta resign. You should have resigned sooner. What kind of goof would go and do that? Use their own name? Wait a minute, what am I talking about? Yeah, Tiger Woods. Let's see. I got $200 million. I get a beautiful wife. I could be with just about any girl I want. I mean, any girl that likes money. I want. What do? I'll drop a little ecstasy. Have
hey, buddy, bring the steroids or the growth hormone in, ship them in, I'll get my stroke down and thing. I'm all ready. I like to do drugs. You know what I do? I like hookers. I like hookers.
What kind of goof wants a hooker? What kind of goof picks up a girl off Craigslist?
Charlie Sheen.
We already know Charlie Sheen's one of the biggest insects in the country. Chris Lee, this is the kind of guy, he's a family man, a wife and kid. He's not divorced, unlike his story. And what does he say? He wants to pick up a girl from Craigslist. Yeah, give your wife some disease. Wait a minute, give her some disease? She married one! Listen, this guy's a bloodsucker. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Well, no, I do. Because you know what, folks? If this was a Democrat, it's business as usual. You're watching the Rick Castellano Show, and excuse me, like I said, I'm running on empty.
I'm Batman the Dark Knight, and you're watching the Rick Castellano Show.
Folks, excuse me a second. I'm so happy I want to celebrate. Delicious. I'm going to skip around here. This is a big organization. Lest we forget, John Frankenstein Kerry? Folks, what am I doing? I'm not doing justice to Mr. Kerry. Even though he looked better than I ever seen him look before. Go back there to your tomb. Let's bring out the head of your family, the one with all the money. Teresa Heinz. And Mr. Kerry is a wedding picture. Smoke him. The Wolfman, otherwise known as Joe Biden. Here he is again, the Wolfman. He's so important. He's Obama's yes man. But you know what? He knows nothing. Things that grow long and, you know, like your nails and your hair grows long when you die. Why don't you ask somebody to trim those eyebrows? You've been dead for 20 years. Smoke them. And now, last but not least, the creature, producer. Who did I say this looks like?
The dead person. One who's already been dead.
Are you sure? This is John Murtha?
Yes.
We're gonna, what's the word? Desecrate, disintegrate, the dead? What's the word?
Desecrate.
Desecrate? Yeah. The dead? Mr. Murtha, did you say that the troops rape villagers, innocent women and children in the middle of the night? You were wrong! And you didn't get a chance to admit it and apologize? You goof! Rest in peace and smoke them. I don't care. I don't care. You were an insect when you were alive, and you're an insect now. Smoke them. Sit back there in your crypt. Go back in the Dead Sea. I don't care. I don't care if you're a war hero. You weren't. You're an insect, and you're a loser, and you're a partisan politician. Smoke them. Folks, Rick Castellano Show isn't politically correct. Why am I so hard on Mr. Murtha? Well, let me see. Supposedly served our country during the war. I don't know which country he served, but since he's been out, he hasn't served our country. Talk nothing but negative about our troops. He's dead, yeah. I feel bad for him, and I hope he turned away from his sin before he died. Otherwise, he's got a pitchfork shoving in his ass right now. So, Mr. Murtha, if you didn't turn away from your sin, buddy, you're having a hot time in the old town tonight. Smoke 'em. You're watching the Rick Castellano Show, and if you expect me to sit over there and read nursery rhymes, you're wrong. Smoke 'em. Folks, Castellano wants to tell you how your money's being spent. Excuse me a second. My money's well spent, and I buy these myself. Delicious. Look at this. I don't even know what it is. Downtown Transit Center. What are they going to use this for, producer?
Just for city buses.
For city buses. Well, wait a minute. I see 3 different pictures. And you know what it looks like? It looks like one of those things you see in them kid magazines where you try to find something different. I don't see nothing different in 3 pictures. They paid $12 million for this artwork. It's the same thing.
They changed the handrails.
Yeah, the handrails. So this is just for RT buses.
RTS only.
RTS, so no Greyhound?
No. No trains.
No trains, no taxis. Let's see. And how much did this cost?
$15 million.
$50 million. Wow, we got money to throw around. What is? We got to have another stimulus package? Look it, folks. I got to tell you, $50 million?
They already have their own terminal.
First, you have your own terminal already. The story's getting hotter by the minute. Let me tell you something. You could have had taxis, Greyhound, your RTS things, trains, all grouped up in one. Maybe spend a couple extra million, get everything done at once. Multifunctional. Instead, you goof! You want to put a station up and you try to spread the money out a little bit by showing me 3 identical architectural artworks of what you want to do? Here's what I think of you. Wait a minute. We're going to get to you, Brizard, in a second. Gizzard, lizard. Stop the madness. I say no. Let's not do any of it. Let's come up with a real idea, an idea that'll save money. And you know what? If you don't like it, RTS, there's one thing I gotta tell you. Smoke 'em! I told you we'll get back to the Gizzard, Brizard, lizard. I'm ready. Let me unfold my newspaper. Today's newspaper. In all, 2,868 teachers of 3,500 eligible teachers, 82% cast a no confidence vote in you. You goof! You're one of the worst. We just gave you a $40,000, $50,000 raise and signed 3 years more to your contract. We should fire you! You're one of the worst. And what do you say? Let me give you a little history, folks. Sounds like they get ahead of himself. This is the article I should have tore up already, but I knew I had to finish the story. Just a couple days ago, city schools failed to prepare students. Let's see, Gizzard, you've been around for a couple years. Rochester, just 5% are prepared for college. 5%. Let's see. In Syracuse, 15%. Not that that's a great number. New York City, 25%. And there's some of the lowest of the low live there. Buffalo, 16%. But Rochester, 5% are prepared for college. And you, Gizzard, what do you do? Brizard? I don't. Who knows? Who cares? You're doing a poor job. If you know what you're doing, I know your name. Doing a terrible job. Here's what I would do, folks. Holler, scream. Jump on the Castellano bandwagon. Tell this guy to give back his raise. He's not doing nothing. He's accomplishing nothing. He's one of the worst we've ever had. People, there's no confidence. 82% no confidence. Folks, Castellano's been telling you this all along. He don't have a clue. And folks, when you get the facts like this, and just 5% are prepared, and this is the head guy. Wait a minute, let me defend him for a second. Blizzard, lizard, gizzard, whatever. Brizard, Gizzard. He said, well, he don't take all that too serious, because to his face, some teachers say that he's doing such a great job. You goof! They're your boss. If you can overhear what they're saying about, hit the water cooler about you. Believe me, if you were gone, they tell the juicy stories about you. You're terrible. You're doing a poor job, and if you got any kind of class, give your raise back. Come on, I'd give my whole paycheck back because you're doing such a bad job. Give your raise back. You're doing a terrible job. Folks, jump on the Castellano wagon, write in, call in, and let him know just what kind of job he's doing. This is ridiculous. 5% of the city school district kids are prepared for college, and this guy's in charge? Now I'll get rid of this article permanently. Resign! You stink! You're watching the Rick Castellano Show, and This isn't for my audience out there. This is for Blizzard, Lizard, Gizzard, Gizzard, smoke 'em! Folks, Castellano's an equal opportunity hater. We got billionaire Donald Trump. Let me hold this paper up so even I can read it. All right. He's thinking about a run for president, 2012. He's a Republican. And all of a sudden, Mr. Trump, he's a moderate Republican at best, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let me get this out of the way. I'll show you what I think of him ahead of time.
Worst presidential
Republican. He's going to run for president. Well, folks, all of a sudden, Mr. Trump, gay marriage, he's against it. Abortion, he's against it. Funny, I remember a couple of interviews about this guy a few years ago. Completely different. All of a sudden, he's a conservative. Mr. Trump, I don't like business as usual. I know it's just a big business deal for you, or a business plan, or you like it's a power, whatever you want to call it. The way Castellano sees it, if you don't believe in the cause, Castellano don't want you there. Either you believe and you try and you care about everybody, or you just care about yourself. So as far as your presidential bid, you're a Republican. I'm a real conservative. You're out.